businessman who came with spot cash money.
Rags Habakkuk was going home. His day's work was done. The sun was down. Street lamps began shining. Burglars were started on their night's work. It was no time for an honest ragman to be knocking on people's back doors and saying,
"Any rag?"
or else saying,
"Any rag? Any bottles? Any bones?"
or else saying,
Any rags? Any bottles? Any bones? Any copper? Brass, old shoes, all run down and no good to anybody today. Any old clothes, old coats, pants, yes, I take any old clothes you got.
yeah. Rags Habakkuk was going home. In the gunny sack bag on his back, humped up on top of the rag humps in the bag, was an old vest. It was the same old vest Jason Squiff threw out a door at Rags Habakkuk. In the pocket of the vest was the gold buckskin whincher with a power in it. Well, Rags Habakkuk got home just like always. Sat down to supper and smacked his mouth and had a big supper of fish, just like always. Then he went out to a shanty in the backyard and opened up the gunny sack rag bag and fixed things out, classified, just like every day when he got home. He opened the gunny sack bag and fixed things out, classified. The last thing of all he fixed out classified was the vest with the gold buckskin whincher in the pocket.
Put it on. It's a glad rag.
He said, looking at the vest,
It's a lucky vest.
and he put his right arm in the right armhole, and his left arm in the left armhole, and there he was, with his arms in the armholes of the old vest, all fixed out, classified, new. Next morning, Rags Habakkuk kissed his wife goodbye, and his 18-year-old girl goodbye, and his 19-year-old girl goodbye. He kissed them just like he always kissed them, in a hurry. And as he kissed each one, he said,
I will be back soon, if not sooner. And when I come back, I will return.
Standing on his right shoulder was a blue rat. And standing on his left shoulder was a blue rat. The only way he knew they were there was by looking at them. There they were, close to his ears. He could feel the far edge of their whiskers against his ears.
This never happened to me before. All the time I've been picking rags. He said, two blue rats stand by my ears and don't say anything, even if they know I am listening to anything they tell me.
So up the street went Rags Habakkuk. 2 blocks, 3 blocks, 4 blocks, squinting, with his right eye slanting at the blue rat on his right shoulder, squinting, with his left eye slanting at the blue rat on his left shoulder.
If I stood on somebody's shoulder, with my whiskers right up in somebody's ear, I would say something for somebody to listen to.
He muttered. Of course, he did not understand. It was the gold buckskin whincher and the power working. Down in the pocket of the vest he had on, the gold buckskin whincher power was saying, because you have 2 K's in your name, you must have 2 blue rats for your ears. 1 for your left shoulder, 1 for your right shoulder. It was good business. Never before did old Rags Habakkuk get so much old rags. Come again, you and your lucky blue rats, people would say to him, and they dug in their cellars and their garrets, and they brought him bottles and bones and copper and brass and old shoes and old clothes, old coats, pants, vests. Every day as he walked up the street with the 2 blue rats, blinking their eyes straight ahead and chewing their whiskers so they sometimes tickled the ears of old Rags Habakkuk. Sometimes women came running out on the front porch to look at them and say, well, if he isn't a queer, old, mysterious ragman. All the time, the gold buckskin whincher and the power was working. It was saying, so long as Rags Habakkuk keeps the blue rats, he shall have good luck. But if he ever sells one of the blue rats, then one of his daughters shall marry a taxi cab driver. And if he ever sells the other blue rat, then his other daughter shall marry a moving picture hero actor. Then terrible things happened. A circus man came.
I give you $1,000 spot cash money for one of the blue rats.
He expired. its mouth.
And I give you $2,000 spot cash money for 2 of the blue rats, both of them together.
Show me how much stock cash money $2,000 is. Oh, count it out in one pile for one man to carry away home in his gunny sack rag bag.
Was the answer of Rags Habakkuk. The circus man went to the bank, and he came back with spot cash, greenbacks, money.
This spot cash of greenbacks money is made from the finest silk rags, printed by the national government for the national republic to make business rich and prosperous,
said the circus man, expostulating with his mouth. He expostulated again, holding 2 fingers under the nose of old Rags Habakkuk.
Government for the national republic to make business rich and prosperous.
Then he kissed the blue rats, one on the right ear, one on the left ear, and he handed them over to the circus man. That was why, next month, his 19-year-old girl married a taxi cab driver who was so polite all the time to his customers that he never had time to be polite to his wife. And that was why his 18-year-old girl married a moving picture hero actor who worked so hard all day at being nice and kind in the moving pictures that he had never had enough left over for his wife when he got home after the day's work. And the lucky vest with the gold buckskin whincher was stolen from Rags Habakkuk by the taxi cab driver.